Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's...
Gets it! It's in! Oh, I think it's been called offside. Yes, it has.
Is the light very short-lived? The referee's assistant did have his flag up. It might have been close, but it was correct.
Disappointment and relief on either side. Nothing doing. Mohamed Salah. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Rijkaard. And it's Sneijder. Batistuta. And that's a good roll! Gravenberg. Irwin could try cutting inside here. Batistuta! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
And we have our very first corner. And he's there to clear it. Mohamed Salah plays it long. And now they can spring out of defence. Backward it goes, and the flag has stayed down. And he's managed to get rid. And he's there to retrieve it. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. He's having a shot! Victoria still without a single shot on target. Now it's Forlan. Aimed beyond the defence. He's had a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Rummenigge is offering a wry smile there. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Oh, smashing header! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Victoria have their second corner now. Baresi tries to clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Sneijder.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. It's roll! Mateus. Mohamed Salah. Oh, red, nice interception. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Cleared without complication. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Lovely pass, but shot a goal! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. Rijkaard gets good distance on it. Rijkaard. Oh, good-looking ball.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
The specialist in tearing teams apart. It's a really well-measured ball. Forlan pings it across. And the half-time whistle goes. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. The midway point of the game.
Well, both sides have been full of effort, industry, endeavour, and the stats are screaming good things at us. So it's been a very good watch for the neutrals so far, and I'm really looking forward to what's to come in the second half. This could get unpredictable.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Goes for a shot! He's scored!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game. But that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with. Regular basis too. Superb.
After 52 minutes.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And he's got the beating of his man. Now, this could be a chance. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
60 minutes played. Now it's Forlan. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Now he's got space here. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. And they've got rid. And it's Salah. Burness. Can he finish? Now, who's going to be first to this? And he's there to get it away. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
It's a pretty loose pass. And here's Batistuta. And it's Schneider! And again the keeper stands strong.
Schneider really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save.
So their fourth corner of the game. Shoots! Mateus clears.
Nagasaki really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And Batistuta! And the lead stays intact, just.
What a chance. It looked to me like he just changed his mind at the last second there.
Moves it back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
Chance! Goal! Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other. And it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react. And there's only one word to describe that. Clinical.
And that has added a whole new... And the shots! Yes, he's done it! And that has raised the roof! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Victoria take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, this looks sharp. So that's it. It is all over. Victoria can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. A truly Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here.
Well, Peter, there's goalkeepers, and there are great goalkeepers, and then there's Oliver Kahn. He's in a league of his own.
While he is a goalkeeping icon, isn't he? The man famously known as King Khan by some. He's belligerent, he's brazen, but he's utterly brilliant.
And never in a mood to accept failure. There's that body language he's always talking about. No wonder he instills both respect and fear in opponents.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Let's a look and place it forward. Aim forwards. Hernes. Mateus. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Szoboszlai. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And he can clear it away. That's a good ball out wide. Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. And he's managed to get free. Mbappe. Mbappe will not want to lose out here, not against Mbappe! Now, who's going to be first to this? Hernes, the specialist in tearing teams apart. "30 minutes gone. And here's Mbappe. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Yet another interesting duel, this.
That's good play. And he's had a hit. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And again, the keeper stands strong.
Great stop from the keeper. That was something else. He's definitely coming out on top at the moment.
It's Hazard! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Hazard clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
It's their second corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's played it back. The goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. And this is Mohamed Salah. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Mateus, and that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. That's a good Mohamed Salah! Goal! Victoria! First blood drawn. The movement. And it's half-time here. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. How would you review the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Victoria are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. And we are already promptly back underway.
Coming on the field.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
No, that was never going to make it. Ernest tries to play it through, and this is Forlan. Nicely aimed pass. Mbappe. That's a good run down the left. Great skill, that's nice. Great defending, strong and determined. And it's Bernardo Silva. Bale touches it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to...
Bernardo Silva! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Now this could be a chance. Can he get it through? Rudiger wins the duel this time. That's a lovely, neat pass. And that is a little undercooked. Rummenigge. It's gone all the way through to the keeper. Chance here to counter. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Victoria looking to pass their way through. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Bernardo Silva. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. He's chosen to go back. And Bernardo Silva! And that has been clubbed away.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
And the pass is intercepted.
Manchester United really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Bernardo Silva. Now it's Mbappe. And time is up. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Mohamed Salah. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're on the way.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
What's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true. Just another level of his expertise, Peter. But his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
Oh, that's well spotted. Fallen! Now, who's going to be first to this? Great, and again! Well, that is commitment to the cause. And we have our very first corner. Should get the job done. Now it's Hazard in towards the back stick. Yamal!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
That's a super give and go. Has a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Rivaldo. And this is Hazard. Can he finish? It's in! As simple as you like. The outcome utterly inevitable.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here.
Victoria are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And he shoots! Oh, the ball's run loose here. That'll be a corner.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And that has been cleared. Out to the right. Chooses to go back. Rijkaard, and he's in and goes for a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Hazard. Stojkovic. He's had a shot! In for the pieces! And he hits the net. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Rijkaard. Lovely bit of skill. It's Hazard! Hazard! He is just a joy! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And they're at it again in double quick time. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish. Great football, shot and save.
Oh, it's a brilliant effort, you have to say that. He clearly wanted to do it in style.
This possibly the last play of the half. It's made its way to him. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will. And we're underway again.
Well, things just haven't quite clicked, Peter, have they? They're behind, and they deserve to be, but they've had a chance.
Takes a shot! He's got a goal! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed! Oh, high-quality goal, lovely first touch, sumptuous second.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was...
And the shot! Oh, that wasn't far away. So, third corner of the game. And the finish! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Has another go! Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Well, it's Batistuta. And he's worked it through. Tries a shot! It's a goal! Over the hills and far away! No catching them now! Was there ever any doubt?
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Well, it's Batistuta. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Long ball upfield.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Stojkovic. Rivaldo, a player who needs no introduction. Driving forward.
That's good play from him.
Out towards the flank. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Here it comes. Header! It wasn't a great header in the end.
Had more time than he...
Big chance! And he seemed certain to get the 6th.
Well, Paso Locomotive certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Cannavaro calmly anticipates. And it's Azar. Mateus. This looks promising. Tries to pass it through. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Ernest. Mateus. And he's there to make the challenge. Well, that's well seen too. 4 extra minutes added on. Ball. He's having a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And this is Forlan.
Substitution on the field. Number 19.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Now he's off and running. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Victoria cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie.
everybody,
The
and
fans have
welcome
pulled
to
out all
today's
the
match.
stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So that's got things underway. Well, this formation was traditionally considered a bit defensive, but now very much back in vogue. He's got full. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Zanetti. And this is Torres. Looking for options for movement. And he's there to get it away. Distributed tidily. Costa Curta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And it's Salah. Chance here to counter.
Fernando Torres is looking really fired up here, Peter.
Well, he's been a favourite of yours for years, hasn't he?
Well, club biases aside, I don't think I've ever seen a striker who's so outstanding both inside and outside the box, and who routinely makes the spectacular seem ordinary.
And his numbers are a long, long way from ordinary. Pass is just off target. And he's quick to get it clear again. Rummenigge looking to play him in. McAllister is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. He's picked his way through. And it's hit the uprights. It's there! Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't.
Victoria really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Rummenigge. Ernest. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Victoria clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And this is Torres. Mateus.
Victoria certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Rui Costa plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Now it's Kökçü. And that is expertly dealt with. He's having a go!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
And the first half is done. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Well, that's wonderful alertness. Torres! Torres gets flagged offside. Knocks it into space. Has a look and plays it forward. And here's Mohamed Salah. It's Salah! It's bounced back off the post. Oh, he's really drilled it.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
And this is Torres.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Out of play for a goal kick. Kante picks it up from the goal kick. And it's McAllister. And this is Torres. Torres purring through the gears. Mateus. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
He's found a way through. Decent chance! That's another chance. It's in. 2 up now, and they are cruising. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
And the shot! And that has fair fizzed.
Rummenigge clearly feels he did everything right there. He really wasn't that far away.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Kokchu. Ernest. Mateus. Rummenigge. Kokchu. No, that's been intercepted. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Rummenigge is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Conte. And it's McAllister. Costa Curta. He's a sharp little ball here.
2 minutes has been indicated.
Zanetti. Fernando Torres. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Victoria were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So we're up and running. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. He's had a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. And that's caused a worry or two. It's a sharp pass. Gives it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
Tries to pass it through. Now this could be a chance. Oh, what a climb! Just off target.
Forlan certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Knocks it into space. Adams makes the interception. Hakimi is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Mbappe and Mateus. Quarter of an hour played. And he was quick to react. And the shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Number 22, McAllister.
Milan have taken the lead.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Neymar gets his head on it! Oh, it's fallen loose again! And that has fair fizzed.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target. Victoria are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
He's got away, and he's got his... And the shot! Contact was certainly crisp, didn't quite come off.
Yeah, he certainly hit it well enough. Still, very good technique, though, something he's never short of.
Neymar has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Tries a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Shot, surely! Nicely aimed pass. Good ball, good take. Forlan.
Victoria truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
And it's Hakimi. He's on it, shoots! And he hits the net! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Hakimi.
3 minutes added time.
And it's Hakimi. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. And the first 45 minutes are up. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Victoria certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
And we are back underway.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Ernest. Mbappe. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. He's found the way through. He's in a good position here. Takes a shot! It's a goal! The second half sparked straight into life. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Mbappe demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Victoria get themselves back into contention.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Mbappe. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're good.
Can he finish? Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
McAllister really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
So, third corner of the game. Victoria are looking to go forward now. Forlan. Adams spots it and intercepts. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible Neymar! Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Time is running out here.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
Ernest, the specialist in tearing teams apart. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him. It's a decent chance to counter-attack. Victoria really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
And that's gone loose. And that interception goes for a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looks sharp.
So that's it. It is all over. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
And that's another throw. Mateus. Now, can they get him away? He's through now, is he? And there's the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Rummenigge is offering a right smile there. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Ambitious ball here. Howson spots it and intercepts. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Rummenigge. Now that's well seen too. Azar conjures time and space where few can. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Forlan, looking for options for movement. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
It's a promising position. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. It's Forlan. Rummenigge. Now Hoeneß. That is good strength. Hoeneß really struggling to influence the game. Looking. Rummenigge! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Rummenigge clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Strong running down that left flank. Seedorf. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Plays a sharp little ball here. There's the delivery. Oh, what a mistake! Adams attempts a clearance. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. He's through here. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Victoria clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Rafinha. And that interception was... And it's half-time here. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action.
Substitution in progress.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this. Osimhen really was well marked.
Just the goalkeeper to beat. Zanetti. Beckham. Rafinha. Oh, what a... Tries a shot! And it's in! The breakthrough strike! Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up...
He's gone for goal! That was probably asking just too much.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Now it's Osimhen. Shifted it to the flank. Danny Olmo. And the shot! And Chet pulls off a sensational save. Beckham goes short, and it's Sané. He's tried one! Oh, split-second reaction.
Zanetti really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Manchester United have their second corner now. They've played it short. Out to the left it goes. Now it's Osimhen. Victoria have the chance to go the other way. Adams. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Victoria really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Mohamed Salah. And claimed it back swiftly. Oh, lovely bit of skill.
Victoria really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Great chance! Oh, how good is he? He's got himself an absolute peach. And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
Manchester United are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Added time.
Mohamed Salah, he's picked his way through. Seedorf. And that will be it. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
the game yet to
everybody,
kick off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement
match.
already palpable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And that gets things running. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
There's no shortage of great fullbacks in the game.
It's a mighty effort! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Rummenigge. Rijkaard cuts out the pass. Robertson. Plays a sharp little ball here. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Rummenigge. Well, that looks a decent ball. Van Bouten spots it and intercepts. Iniesta. Mohamed Salah is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Van Bouten kept his eye on it, and he's there. Either side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Big chance! Goal! Arsenal! That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Is number 20.
Arsenal have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Forlan with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Iniesta, searching passes played there. But he has slightly undercooked that one.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to...
Rummenigge!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully. Victoria are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Shapes to shoot! They've scored! Victoria back on level terms! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game. He's having a shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Rijkaard. Forlan. Mohamed Salah. Now, can they get him away? Adams gets over and intercepts.
1 minute added time.
Curtis. We are into stoppage time. And they've got rid. And there is the half-time whistle. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Reflections on the first half?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Victoria are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
And he's there to belt it away. Zanetti. And he cuts out the supply. And he's there to make the challenge. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Aimed beyond the defence. Zanetti makes the interception. And this is... And Batistuta! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Batistuta really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Robertson goes short. And he's there to clear it. He's on it, can he get away? Oh, this is a... Goes for a shot! Goal! Arsenal! And again they hit the front. Oh, high-quality goal. Lovely first touch, sumptuous second.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Arsenal go into the lead. Howson. Robson looking to play him in. No, he's just missed, and it's been given. Shoots! Really well taken goal. And this is getting better and better. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Arsenal take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And it's dealt with by the out-rushing keeper. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Van Bouten calmly anticipates. And no, that was never going to make it. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Rummenigge does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Filippo Inzaghi. Oh, that's a key interception.
Added time.
Knocks it into space. And the through ball. Real chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Well, he likes those, doesn't he? That's another one for his...
And time is up. Victoria suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. It was a poor...